Um, okay. Hello guys. Hello guys. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello. Alright. So, yeah, let's begin what I'm here to do. I'm here to give a recap of the trade I took on Friday. That's on the 2nd of January. Yeah, this is my first trade for the year, and like, yeah, happy new year guys. Happy new year guys. So I took two trades, which I'm going to give a trade breakdown as to how I got like both setups. As you can see, the first setup failed, and the second one was a banker on the trade. So yeah, basically, in the second setup, I was meant to like target here. That this point here, this PT was my aim. That was my target, but I closed out early over here, and I would explain why. Although price did hit my targets, but there was a reason why I closed out. And since seeing like this is a new model I just developed, I was just being very like cautious of everything that was happening. But now I know it's okay to let price run over to wherever it wants to. So yeah, so this was the first setup, and this is the second. So let us get down to it as to how I got both setups. So yeah, um on Friday, 2nd of January, my main focus was on GU. That's pound versus dollar. That's where my main focus was. So this was on Wednesday, 31st of December. Price reached into a key level, and this key level formed a storyline. That's like an STL. I don't know if you've seen my previous video, but STL stands for like a storyline. Price reacted from here, and normally immediately price reacts from a storyline, I always look for the next place where it could react from and reverse from against me. So I call that place a DS. That's the daily stop. If it was on the weekly time frame, I would call it a WS. That's a weekly stop, but this is a daily stop. And seeing as price rejected from here, I'm very sure we got a very clean slate break of structure. Yeah, we did. So this was the I don't majorly call it a break of structure. I call it like key levels. I prefer them to be like called that way. So yeah, this was where I entered the trade from. Yeah, so I would give the entails of the first setup and the second setup. So let's get down to business guys. So yeah, all right. So yeah, I'm going to name this a KYL. That's a key level. So I don't usually trade London session. I don't do that. But like seeing as it's the first trading day of the year, I was eager to get into a setup, and everything had like all my ticks, like everything ticked out for me. So which is why I took the trade during London session, but it like kind of like backfired on me. But regardless, it doesn't really like matter to me. I don't really care. Win or lose, I move on to the next trade. So price reached into this 4-hour key level. Then normally what I usually do, from my previous video, I go into the 1 hour time frame, and then I look for like an SMT. So basically this was, yeah, I think I took the trade around this time, and there was an SMT here, there was an SMT here, right about here. So let me get my tools right. I want to be like correct. I want to be precise. So no, I don't think that was the SMT. I think it was here. I think it was here. I'm coming guys. I'll get it like right down for you. London session SMT between GU and EU, the Euro USD and Pound USD. So basically on Friday by 8, price took out this swing low. So this was 6 o'clock. So yeah, this is where the SMT was. Where is 6? Yeah, I was correct. So yeah, this is where the SMT was. And when I saw it, I usually call my SMT, I call them like CIC or CC. That's like a crack. All right, so where did I stop? Sorry guys, I had to go do something else. So there was SMT, CIC, crack and correlation, whichever one you wish to call it. When I saw the CIC candle, I went on to extend the 1 hour time frame. So I look for a fresh key level right here, which I was going to like set a break even on it. Like I was going to like set a break even if price reached there, because sometimes price likes to like reverse from 1 hour key points. It rarely happens, but it does happen. So just to be like on the safer side, I did that. Holy shit, something's up on my network. Alright, network is back. So when that happened, I brought out where I usually target. I based off this model targeting 4-hour key levels, ranging from a 4-hour key level to a 4-hour fresh key level. So it's easy peasy. So this is where I was targeting. This was where I was like going to set the break even. And may I remind you, this was the first trading setup I took. Yeah, this was the first trading setup I took. So yup, let me show you how it went down. So basically there was an order block formed in the 5 minutes. I based off my entries like 5 minutes order blocks, fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, whichever one I could lay my hands on, I take the trade. I don't second guess it. I don't think about it twice. I just take the trade. So basically I was late to the entry, and normally this would have given me a shot at a 10R, like 10 rigs to reward. That's what the price would have given me. So from here I was aiming for here. I was aiming for like here. This is 9R. I'm coming. Let me re-edit it a bit. So I'm coming, guys. Yeah, something is up in my network. Something is really up in my network. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Oh my god. Alright, we are back. Alright. I don't know what's up with the network. either way, this is a raw video, so I'm not gonna like edit anything out. I'm just going to like add some clips, whatever. So yeah, I already explained how we got this. Then I'm gonna show you the setup. So basically I should have like entered from here. Yeah, if I did. So price, you could see that price reacted like really crazy from this point. It was like I was giving a shot at getting like a 1 to 10. This would have passed so many like funded accounts. Like most funded accounts are like 8 to 10%. So yeah, it must have done that. But either way, it happened. So then I still took another trade. Basically I trade just once a day, but I was just giving myself a freebie, like to do whatever I wanted, since it was like the first trading day of the year, of the month. So basically what I still do, as always, we're still in the 4-hour key level. We were still in it. We're still in the 4-hour key level. Price still reached into it. I was aiming for the 4-hour zone right here and all. So I think there was an opportunity in the New York session. So this is where the SMT was, CIC candle, CIC formation rather. This is where it was. This is where it happened. This was where it happened. I could remember like vividly that this was where it happened. So CIC right here. As usual, I think this was still where I wanted to go break even. Oh no. A new key level formed, a new 1-hour key level formed. So I went break even earlier than the usual setup. Like I went break even earlier, so yeah, I went break even earlier. So yeah, let me highlight this so you guys won't be like confused and all. Yeah, my forward and targets are PTs, like price targets. So yeah, that's what I named them. There's a break even right here. All right. So CIC candle formed right here. I'm aiming for here, but I closed out earlier, and I told you guys earlier in the video that why I did close out. I explained why that happened. So let's get down to it. So CIC candle, we move into the 5 minutes. I personally prefer using the 5 minutes. Like personally, I prefer using it a lot. I saw an order block right here. This was a very like valid order block, although it was mitigated like a lot of times, but that doesn't really like matter to me. As long as my bias is clear, I see what I could use to execute the trade, I will take the trade regardless. So yeah, price stopped in around, this was when New York session did tap me in. Yeah, this was where the trade was. Price tagged me in. Basically I was supposed to like aim all the way here. Here, this is where the price target was. So it's supposed to give me a 5.2 risk to reward, but I closed out at 4.6 19R. I closed out here, and I'll explain why I did that. Yeah, this is why I closed out. So basically, my order block formed right here. I got tagged in, and price reached the break-even point. Price had a reaction from the fresh key level. I already set my break-even. Whatever was going to happen would happen, and I would let it go. So regardless, it didn't like take me out. It still went up to my target, and this was where I had like a point of like will I say fear. I was like scared it was going to like reverse on me, because GBP USD and Euro USD, they are both like correlated, extremely correlated. So I was looking at Euro USD. While I was looking at Euro USD, I noticed that price was on a price was on a like bearish storyline, as you can see. So if I was on Euro USD, I would have been looking for sales, but since I was on GBP USD, I was looking for buys. And that's the thing about storylines, like you can't be like correct all the time, but you have to like move with what you're seeing in the market. So as of the time that GBP USD was about to hit price targets, this is where Euro USD was. And as price was about to like hit it, this is where Euro USD was, and I was like being very like cautious and careful because the model is very new. So it's like very new, so I also wanted to like observe and see what would happen. But now I know that even though price reaches here, I'm going to like leave the trade to do whatever it wants to do. That's how I want to like be moving with it. So yeah, so this was why I closed out early. This was the reason why I closed. As you can see, price really rejected from this entire zone. So even if I was in a even if I wasn't in the GBP USD trade, I would have taken the sales on EU, and I would have still banked for the day, and that would have been very crazy too. So this was GBP USD. This was GBP USD. So this is the trade breakdown for the entire day. So this is the trade breakdown. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening. Yeah.